So hello viewers, welcome to our YouTube channel IIMT Open House. Today in the segment of Meet the Author, we have with us Professor Jochen Wirtz from National University of Singapore. Professor Wirtz is the Vice Dean of MBA Program, and he is also the Professor in Marketing at the NUS Business School, National University of Singapore. Additionally, he holds the position of Global Faculty at the Center of Services Leadership at the Arizona State University, US. He also the academic scholar at the Cornell Institute of Healthy Futures and International Fellow of Service Research Center at Karlstad University, Sweden. Prior to this, Professor Wirtz held the position of Associate Fellow at Seth Business School, University of Oxford. He was the founding member of NUS Teaching Academy, and he was also the founding director of the Dual Degree UCLA NUS Executive MBA Program. He did his PhD from London Business School in the area of service marketing, and he has written more than 200 books, journals, books, articles, and industry reports, which was very much helpful for us, like faculty, like students. It was very much helpful to us to educate us. Professor Wirtz has won more than 50 awards for his excellence in research and instruction, including the prestigious awards Professor Christopher Lovelock Career Contribution to the Service Discipline Award in 2019. This is the highest honor by the American Marketing Association, and he received the award of Outstanding Marketing Teacher Award from the Academy of Marketing Science in the year 2012. Sir has also worked as a management consultant for many startups and many service businesses in the area of strategy, business growth, and customer feedback, including the organizations like Accenture, Arthur D. Little, and KPMG. Sir, it's an honor and privilege to have you here in our YouTube channel, IIMT Open House. Sir, today I as a faculty and our students will learn a lot from you, sir. Sir, welcome to our channel. Namaste, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Alok. I'm absolutely delighted to be here with you. Thank you for the very generous introduction. Very, very happy to have you on your channel.
Thank you, sir. The pleasure is all ours, sir. Pleasure ours. Sir, what was the motivation behind writing the service marketing book? This book for service marketing, people, strategy, and technology. What was the motivation? Who motivated you so much?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been I did my PhD in services marketing, and there's such a wealth of knowledge there. I mean, we really understand consumer behavior related to service. We do in pricing, the revenue management, rate fences, and communications, the service communications funnel. We understand customer complaint management, service recovery, how to use customer feedback systems to drive customer-driven learning in organizations. We know how to deliver cost-effective service excellence. So there's a wealth of research and knowledge out there. But when you then, I do a lot of executive education, and I teach in executive MBA programs. So when you speak to people who are actually in the service sector, so whether that's banking, finance, insurance, whether it is platform businesses, whether it is tourism, leisure, healthcare, I'm always stunned how little of that knowledge actually is used in these organizations, and how little actually the executives in those companies have an understanding of this wealth of knowledge we have here that could really truly help them to improve their businesses. So, my motivation really to bring it all together for them in one book where all the key ideas, key concepts, key theories and models are in it. And it gives you an idea of what's available. Let's say you have to do a pricing schedule, or you design a new service product. What are the issues involved? And each of these chapters give you the key pointers on what we have. And then also, if you want to know more, of course, you can dig a lot deeper. So in the book, we provide a lot of resources and references to go into more depth if anyone wants. And for me, personal, so this was sort of my motivation from a more cognitive perspective, if you will. But I personally enjoy organizing knowledge. My passion has been services marketing, service management, service operations, and IT related to service. And the book, because I'm writing a new edition every 5 to 6 years. And what I do is I go through the entire literature and pull out any articles that have been published since the last edition. And I've got 15 chapters in the book. So I print out all of them. So I still work on hard copies here just to give me a better feel for what's out there and to better work with it. And then for every chapter, I have a pile, and I put all of these papers on, let's say, chapter 1 onto a pile. And if a certain article covers chapter 1, chapter 7, and chapter 9, I just write 1, 7, and 9 onto that paper. So I write chapter 1, and then I move that paper to the next chapter where I refer back to it. So this process, it gives me a fantastic overview of all the research that's happening in a particular field. Let's say pricing of services, or the latest where was really a lot of research is platform business, and also AI, service robots, intelligent automation. So you can really see all the research, and you're at the cutting edge of that knowledge. And I truly enjoy that. So I think these are my two key reasons why I'm writing this book and will continue writing this book.
So as you mentioned of IT, so we are seeing the big technological revolution is right on going. After the COVID period, see, technology has been in a boom phase. So how the technological innovation, in your opinion, is affecting the service marketing? How is it developing? How is emerging the service marketing industry? How is it affecting, like AI implementation, service robots, automation? How is it it's generating a huge boom for the service market industry?
Yeah, I mean, I always say I'm a strong believer in something I call the service revolution. So we had the agricultural revolution, we had the industrial revolution. They brought us mass manufactured goods at lower and lower, what we call real prices, meaning how many hours or minutes you have to work to buy a certain product. And today, the middle class all over the world, you can buy as many T-shirts as you want and can eat as much bread as you want. Yeah, so these two revolutions, they have really brought a massively increased standard of living to populations all over the world. But the service sector has been lagging behind because productivity growth in the service sector wasn't great. But I believe now, in 50 years, when we look back, we will say, wow, in the 2020s, this is really when the service revolution gathered pace. And why? Simply because all of these technologies are coming together now and are developing with an incredible speed. I mean, you think about algorithms, AI, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, biometrics, mobile technologies. I mean, all the APIs we are using now, which connect almost everything, right? Robots can talk to lifts now, they can talk to telephones, they can ding a dong a door in a hotel simply because it's all integrated already. So we will see a massive increase in productivity here. And this will have, I mean, will be again, because currently, I mean, we have an insatiable demand for services such as healthcare, such as education, such as leisure and tourism. But these services tend to be very expensive in real terms, right? Education is incredibly expensive. Healthcare is incredibly expensive. But I think these technologies will bring the next revolution. So we will be able to scale, and a lot of things will be delivered at very low incremental cost. And this is, I call these, I mean, I differentiate between two types of businesses. One is born digital, and the other is the legacy businesses that go through a digital transformation. In the end, in 10 years, all may be the same, right? But today, the born digital, this is every single health app you see, fintech app you see, anything you see on Google, Google Maps, Google Scholar, Google Email, yes?
Right.
Yeah, the born digital companies, they are all designed with almost zero operational headcount, meaning it is end-to-end automated, it is customer error tolerant, and the worst thing that should happen if something doesn't work is you close the app and you restart it again. You know? So more and more, we call this frictionless onboarding, frictionless customer journeys. And what many of them will have is close to zero incremental cost. That means, I mean, how many maps apps do you need in this world? Yeah, so there's maybe Google Maps and then maybe one other or two others, and then everyone else has to think very, very, very hard how to differentiate. So I'm from Bavaria, we have the Bavarian Alps. So there is an app just for the Alps for hikers. But many of these apps are still powered by Google Maps as a foundation, and then they add value on top. I just want to show, we will get massive consolidations. A lot of businesses will go under. And this is what I call in information processing services, by which, I mean, even healthcare and education are part of that. I mean, my prediction is most business schools will go under. There will be a few elite schools where they can afford very expensive face-to-face instruction, but then we have high quality, highly scalable, a lot more online platform based of education. And often they don't have to be without physical instructors. There can be, but you don't need expensive professors to deliver. You can use, you can de-skill the job a little bit, if you will, and have facilitators who then guide the learning and the discussion and so on. So massive change here. And so this is overall, the digital transformation is for let's say, for legacy banks and legacy business. I would call them legacy, but they're traditional ones, right? The traditional ones. But they are also adopting technology as neck-breaking speed here. And I mean, think about it. I'm working with a bank in Singapore, and they say every call to my call center is a service failure because that customer couldn't do what he or she wanted to do on the app, on the website, on the ATM. So now they're calling me. The customer doesn't want to call me. I challenge you that hardly anyone wakes up in the morning and says, I'm so happy I called my bank today or my credit card company today. We don't want to call, and the company doesn't want to entertain the call because it's expensive. So they really dig in on why do customers call me, do frequency counts, and then work on how do I design these calls out. So for example, one call, which was like 3–4% of all calls, was customers calling in because the credit card was eaten by the ATM. Yes, or the PIN doesn't work, right? So, and you know, if the ATM withholds your credit card or your cash card, with 99% probability, the customer will call you in the next few days and say, look, my card was eaten, can you send me a new one? And what they've done is, look, they know this, and they've said, look, the minute an ATM withholds a card, they send an outbound push message to that customer. Dear customer, dear Alok, we understand your credit card was withheld at the ATM at the airport. We will send you a replacement card within 3 working days. If you do not want a replacement card, respond with N. Right? So, I mean, with this very simple push message, they cut thousands of calls out of the call center. So you redesign products, policies, pricing, and products to basically cut out all the reasons why people have to call you. And the next is for things where you really have to have calls, they also use more and more AI. And I mean, in India, I work with Mr. Deepu a lot from Bajaj Allianz, which to me is the world's most digital insurer, so sophisticated. And they automated so much of their call center. So what they have, they integrated with Alexia and Siri. And so the chat bots, they handle all the basic questions. But the beauty is, if a bot gets stuck, it just doesn't tell the customer, please call my agent. But what they will tell the customer instead is, sir, please hold on. This is a more complicated issue. We will transfer you to a senior agent. And that then is a human. And then that human, you don't have to repeat everything you just told the bot. They have the full record there and can help you. But what you will see is we had call centers with hundreds of thousands of seats. And now I need much smaller call centers of more senior people who handle the more difficult issues. And I think we will see more and more of this, that businesses will focus on their core value proposition, and all of this stuff surrounding it, making a booking, a reservation, making payment, getting information, changing something, and so on, will all be automated on apps with bots. And the prediction is that in 2 or 3 years, none of us will type into a chat bot anymore. It's all voice activated. You just speak and the bot will talk.
Just speak and everything will be done. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic.
I think so. You can see massive changes ahead of us, with heart-wrenching changes for businesses, even for physical services such as hairdressers, such as coffee shops. There are industry-specific solutions that will offer and sell robot baristas to the coffee shops. We will get smart mirrors in hairdressing salons, at least Alok, for you and me, for guys, right? We go in there, there's a smart mirror, they analyze our hair, and the AI will tell what they can do with our hair. And when you like it, you click go, and they will cut your hair for you.
So like in few years, we'll be seeing robots will be serving coffee to us, right?
We'll make the coffee and we'll serve the coffee. Absolutely. We have in Singapore already one coffee that is fully meant by a robot barista, and cocktail bars have mixing cocktails now with robots. So they're already there. They're, of course, now still a bit clumsy, a bit slow, a bit expensive, but the improvement of technology is so rapidly that in 2-3 years, they will be able to deliver seamless and cost-effective service.
Sir, as you were speaking so much of technology, how it's transforming the businesses, is it like the digital services or the technology is affecting the business model? Like when you are, for example, I'm going to start a business, like I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to start a business. How this technological innovation, how this digital service will be affecting me? How my business model will be affected? How it will be so much of automated, or I need less manpower, or what kind of it is?
I mean, the biggest growth is, of course, what I call focused service factories. That means fully scalable, end-to-end automated businesses that don't require operational headcount or service headcount. Yeah, that's really the massive growth. And I mean, there's so much innovation. For example, there's a health app that was just launched in Australia and here. And I mean, imagine you can cough into your phone and it will tell you whether you have COVID or tuberculosis or just a cough, because the sound is different. Okay. So you think about a phone. I mean, health service via a phone, a lot of diagnosis can be done. I mean, currently you have a phone with a microphone and a camera, so you can take a picture of your eye, of your skin. There's sound to it. You can have your heartbeat on it. You can breathing on it. You can cough into it. You can connect your Fitbit or some health app to it. If you have diabetes, I promise you they will have automated, it's already available, right? Automated reading. So you can see where this whole thing is going. And then you add to this AI-powered teledoctor. So the many illnesses are so common, and an AI will be able, with reasonable accuracy, ask you tell what you think you want to talk, and then the AI will ask you a few further questions, like, are you sleeping well? Do you have temperature? Are you eating well? Did you lose a lot of weight? Are you feeling dizzy, right? So they know exactly what questions to ask to then come up with a diagnosis. And if it is something that is most likely very a common flu or something that is not very bad, here in Singapore now they integrate this. They can give you a medical certificate for that you don't have to go to work. They can actually send you medication via a delivery from a pharmacy. Or if it's international, they can also basically give you a diagnosis and tell you, don't worry, just sleep a lot, drink a lot, and rest. Or they can tell you, look, this could be something that needs attention from a medical doctor. Please go to your clinic at the next possible possibility, right? So, I mean, this kind of service, that's where the big growth is. If you're in something that is more what I call full service, meaning where you have human service, you have to think very hard, is this truly adding value? Because you're going to be expensive, you're going to be variable, and that's the luxury end of the market, if you will.
Very nice, sir. As we are seeing, that technology has been involved in everywhere. It's in service, it's been manufacturing, everywhere. So if a student want to learn about service marketing, apart from his branch or from his stream, how could he know about the discipline, the service marketing discipline? So how can develop him like a service marketing discipline?
I mean, the easiest and cheapest is just buy my book and go through it. You know?
Right.
The book has also, for key topics, there's a QR code in the book. You just can scan the QR code and you can see a masterclass from me where you then can watch my lecture on that topic. And that gives you a pretty good idea, I think. It is not rocket science, but if you have never heard it and you never thought in this way, you will not come to it by yourself. So something like this gives you a framework, gives you a journey, and helps you to grasp what it all covers. I mean, the book covers consumer behavior related to services, then the strategy related to service, then is the 4 Ps. I mean, product, pricing, distribution, communications for service organizations. And then is the whole part on the customer interface. So that is people, it is process, supply, demand management, is all the waiting and queuing literature and so on. And the last one then is also the physical environment, right? So if you have a shop, if you have an outlet, if you have a restaurant, the consumer psychology, the environmental psychology, how do you make customer feel while they're with you the way you want them to feel? And how do you govern guide their behavior again? So you can see this is the extended piece, the people, process, and physical facility. And the last one is really managing the customer relationship, that is loyalty and engagement, and is complaint handling and service recovery. And the last part of the book is strategy. How do you implement the whole thing? Yeah, so it talks about quality management, productivity management, and then cost-effective service excellence. How do you implement all of that?
Sir, this will be the final question. So it's a very personal question for me. Sir, the question is how we can promote the customer-oriented service. The mindset, how we can put in the mindset of a future entrepreneur or the aspiring entrepreneur, how to provide a customer-oriented service.
I mean, the purpose of every business is to create value for customers.
Exactly, that's the right thing.
And that's the only reason why people pay you. So if you're an entrepreneur who doesn't understand that, unless you're a technological genius who has IP that is so valuable that others take it from you, buy it from you, and market it, you're not going to be successful. If you as an entrepreneur, you're not customer centric, you're not going to succeed. Or you're going to work very hard without having the really breakthrough success you should have given your hard work.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. It was very nice talking to you. I hope you enjoyed this session, sir.
Thank you, Alec. Absolutely. It was wonderful to be on your channel. Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So it was a really big honor to meet you, sir, in this YouTube platform, sir. I personally have been followed the book. I've been teaching my students by using your book, by taking your case studies as well. It was really nice. It's very simple, very authentic. And sir, we have also taken the steps to add your latest book in our course curriculum. And I have already suggested my students to go for your 9th edition book of the Services Marketing, People Strategy and Technology. So it was a nice meeting. Sir, nice meeting you, sir. Nice to meeting you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for bringing out so much precious time from your busy schedule and talking to us and sharing your knowledge to our students. For me personally as well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Alok. All the best. Wishing you all the best for you and your students.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.